You. In legal terms, you is a defined term that refers to the specific individual or entity, like a company, corporation, or other legal entity being addressed or identified in a contract, agreement, or other legal document. The precise meaning of you is determined by its context within the specific legal document, outlining the rights and responsibilities of the party it identifies. Key aspects of the term you in a legal context. Context dependent. The exact definition of you varies based on the specific legal document it's used in. For example, in a license agreement, you may refer to the individual or the entity exercising the rights granted by the license. While in an agreement for services, it could mean the individual accepting the terms on behalf of their company or the company itself. Designates the opposing party, you is used to clearly identify the party or parties involved in an agreement and to define their specific rights, obligations, and duties within that agreement. Enforceable responsibilities. Understanding the defined role of you is crucial for ensuring that the rights and responsibilities of that party are clearly outlined and legally enforceable. Essentially, you is a placeholder for the actual individual or organization that will be a party to the legal document. The word you in 20 CFR paragraph 422.402 by Common Law Dictionary, February 13th, 2024. The word you is a plural term and word often used as singular. It means more than one. Etymology and usage in common language. The word you has an interesting etymology tracing back to Old English. Originally, there were different forms for the singular and plural second person pronouns, thou for singular and ye or you for plural. Over time, you came to be used for both singular and plural contexts in modern English. This unique characteristic allows you to address an individual or group, making it a versatile term in everyday communication. Specific definition in 20 CFR paragraph 422.402 in the legal framework, you as a debtor, singular and plural. Here, you refers to any individual or individuals who owe a debt to the United States under the stipulated conditions of this subpart. The definition applies regardless of whether it's a single person or multiple people responsible for the debt. Extended explanation of you in legal context, individual or collective debt obligation. In this regulation, you signifies one or more individuals who have a financial obligation to the U.S. government, particularly in situations governed by the Social Security Administration. This includes debts arising from various programs or activities under their management. Broader context in paragraph 422.402, administrative wage garnishment, described in this section is the process whereby the Social Security Administration directs an employer to withhold earnings from an individual or group, the you, to fulfill a debt owed to the United States. Definition of debt. Debt, in this context, means any determined amount of money or property owed to the United States, including overpayments under the Social Security Act and other debts as defined in relevant legislation. Disposable pay. Disposable pay refers to the portion of an individual's or group's earnings after specific deductions such as health insurance premiums and legally required withholdings. Reference to the Social Security Administration. The terms we, our, or us within this context refer to the Social Security Administration. Summary. In the specific context of 20 CFR paragraph 422.402, you is a legally defined term denoting an individual or group of individuals with financial obligations to the U.S. government. This specialized definition underscores the importance of context in understanding legal rights and obligations, particularly in relation to the administrative wage garnishment procedures of the Social Security Administration.
Give thanks. Give thanks. Give thanks and praise. Again, information share. I chose to share this information because this word is a word you and use it quite a lot inside of the court system. Sometimes when I understand, so once we are dealing with these corporate entities or any legal entities, then them can only correspond in what is known as legalese, or what I say, technical words or technical English. Yeah, man, whatever it is, it's not the ordinary definition what the ordinary folks use. Once you go into the court system, you're dealing with a legal society. So, again, then we use the term law, but because I'm in a fictional capacity, automated capacity, functioning like a robot. This is why we said I can only interact or interface with a piece of paper. We have to be specific. Now, we say you, in legal terms, you is a defined term that refers to the specific individual or entity. Again, not individual and entity. It's to the specific individual, meaning one, or entity, like a company, a corporation, or other legal entities being addressed. When them say address in this context, it means when them are talk to you in a formal way, or them are correspond or express anything at all to you, and that's the definition what would I use for address. A formal speech delivered to an audience. So when you see the word address in this context, it may mean the location where you live. Yeah, because it's a legal word with legal definition. The legal definition would be an address is a formal speech delivered to an audience. Now, again, them say you is defined. It's a defined term that refers to a specific individual or entity like a company, corporation, or legal entity being addressed or identified in a contract, 1, agreement, 2, or any other legal documents. So when you hear the judge say, you to Joel Jaguar, and Joel Jaguar said, be specific. Are you talking to I, the living man, or are you addressing the legal entity, which is this piece of paper, which is a fiction? Now the judge would have to get specific. I asked Jaguar about 2 or 3 times. And when Jaguar said, is it I, the living man? Him say yes. That's when Jaguar chose to respond. So when I tell us, I'm impressed and proud of the effort that Joel Jaguar make out there. Yeah, man, we can't stop singing that praise. And nothing easy, and nothing, you know, say simple, like what most people that try to make it out today. Always I say you have to be specific. Always. You have to be specific. Now again, them say address or identify in a contract. So there must be a contract, an agreement, there must be some agreement or any other legal document. So this is why we say the primary legal document or instrument that is out there is that bond paper. That's where the value is. The bond paper. This is what the ones that might administrate, the foreign people that might try to administrate whatever imaginary funds that's there. But what they will do is impose those obligations on you, the living man. And this is the sophisticated slavery. Where them say them can garnish your waist, them can just do whatever it is they want to do to you. Why? Because them are presumed say you and them in some kind of contract, agreement, or some other legal document stipulate those terms and conditions will make you obligated. This is why we say present whatever underlying contract upon which you, the foreign state, are relying for authority or control, what you call jurisdiction. Present the contract, present the agreement, present the legal document with those stipulations that we are actually and factually in a contract. And I can inspect the contract to see if my wet ink endorsement has been placed upon that document. So without specificity, you will never attain clarity. Yeah, and this simplicity. Nothing complex, now there you go on the clarity. Remember we said Joel come from the back of the class, and Joel himself initiate a dismissal from the inquisition of the colonizers over there. And all them that for do what stand upon law, stand his ground, don't accept nothing, absolutely no plea, nothing, accept nothing. They are your public servants out there, they are public entity. You make your request or your demand. You don't make them push anything on you. Or them will consider it or construe it as an agreement or some kind of contractual obligation where you accept. So them always need your acceptance. Them always need you to consent to the wrong that they are imposing upon you. They'll always require your consent, your agreement. So we share them information, you have to say, yeah, them have to have contract with you, or them have to try, presume there is some kind of agreement where you, participate in. Now, the precise meaning of you, the word you, is determined by its context within the specific, again, specific, not generality, not general, specific legal document outlining, meaning the terms and conditions. This is what I'm calling a stipulation. Outlining the rights and responsibilities of the party it identifies. So when I judge, when I know these things, I talk to you when I know these things, and I call you, and you just run in and agree to being a you, then it can apply to you, or can apply to the living soul manifest as man, or that phrase can apply to the legal entity, the birth certificate entity, the bond paper, not other bullshit where them talk about you get back this from that. None of that, no kind well. I won't even go as far as saying all of that. I work with what is there in the public. The birth certificate here on the island, birth registration form, which has merged with the hospital record So it's called a certification of vital record. So it's duly certified and sealed. This is the official document. This is what we have on our one have the big Jamaica on it. Now they change it. People don't understand this change. They remove the word Jamaica from that birth registration form. Now they only have Register General's Department, which is a de facto area. Right? It doesn't say Islands Record Office, but you people will come after now gonna know these things. Will not be able to, express on an enslavement. On a can't. On just talk some things where other people talk and on have no first-hand knowledge and can demonstrate nothing at all. That's why I say one is not credible. Anybody can create all kind of paperwork. But tell me, say anybody can walk in and out of these people's court without having these people in a conviction when them have a 99.9% conviction rate, especially in the traffic area, where everybody that's go out and skin out and plead. What? We have something unique here. Yeah, man, all I want to know it. All I want to know it. Yeah, it's just that I whether around here, so no one where, oh no, can manipulate and just control or dominate. So that going to problem. So now if we stay another cut and hope we share some information with someone who can snatch without saying gratitude. What one can never do is challenge the basic information, but with source from out there and share. All without we might choose to put our own twist on it for clarity. Yeah, man. Now again, 20 CFR section 422.402. It express the word you as a plural term and word often used as singular. It means more than one. So when you hear the word you, just know it's legally. It means more than one. So this is why them address you as a you. You understand why? Because them can only interact and interface with a piece of paper, the certificate of vital record. You know what I mean? That's what you call a certificate of fact. It's duly signed and sealed and have an embossed seal on it. So basically, I just the item of to focus on these legalities, like separate and distinct from law without consent or agreement. You know what I mean? There is no law there. That's just a bluff here. Period. Period. And again, it's always about the context. And then talk about specificity, being specific, whatever specific legal document that is in front of you. It's just like when I go to court and them say I have to show up at court. Why needed I have to show up at court? Because I sign a notice of recognizance, my own notice of recognizance, and the guarantee agreement will go with that. So the moment I cancel and terminate that, then I have to show up at court and nobody can come and call and pull me and take me out of court. They only want the evidence. You understand? To validate the fact that I've terminated any agreement. But these things are subtle. You understand? And it's simple. You understand? And it may take a lot of resources to express these things right at the get-go. But in order to fleece our people and have them, in derision, in confusion, then them carry another complexity. Where people are telling us you have to do all kind of things when all you have to say is, how can you interact with I, the living man? without authority. Are you God? Did you create I? You can only interact with whatever you create, which is that fictional legal entity, that legal person. This is clarity. Yeah, man. And this thing I read, this thing already, you know. So I'm not really, I forgot too far. I'm not going to really blow too much time out here. But I'm on will remain consistent to share the basic esoteric information what people will easily miss, easily walk away from. Yeah, and go chase complexity. Yeah, man. So again, clarity. That's all it is. Clarity. Complete gratitude out there. The brave may fall but never yield. We said bold and brave, firm and strong. Again, honorable clarification. Honorable clarification. Salute.